welcome back all to your regular Saturday programming. I am here, of course, with the one and only Zerilath Eternal. Just trying to see if we're actually live. I know we're live on, I mean, for sure, live on Rumble. We are live on YouTube as well. Good.
Mhm.
That is still the main channel, of course. Let's get the thumbnail in there. Made a new thumbnail because why not? Update some stuff, make it look good. Uh, yeah. Okay. Come on, YouTube, work with me, please. Thank you. Uh, Text all messed up. Okay, great. Uh, get that out of there. Just setting it all up, making it look pretty.
Yeah, it's all good. I have been I've been at work a lot, but I found energy last night. I didn't have a chapter of the Jewish War in me last night, but I did have it in me to have a light conversation with Chat GPT live. So I did a Chat GPT conversation on the subject matter um, of the Essenes because
Oh,
Zadokites are kind of the tribe of Israel that is behind the Essenes, and the Essenes are Zadokites, but also the Zealots are Zadokites, and they were playing off of each other. They are the classic conservative, liberal, extreme paradigms.
right on.
Yeah, yeah.
So
Which
you had a
I think which goes for Islam too. There's a less understood liberal side of Islam that's kind of scared to be itself, except in countries that people don't talk about. Why is Indonesia not relevant to the Holy War conversation? Because you'll notice Indonesia's got a very strong Muslim population, and
mhm.
it's not really a factor in the issues at hand between Sunni and Shia in the Middle East. That's one example.
Yeah, yeah. You don't hear about Indonesia, really.
Yeah.
True. Yeah.
And the thing is that like I think that there's some idea of this that is being convoluted and given to the left. That um, that this part of the world has that kind of situation going on, right? I don't know. It's very weird and convoluted, but but you see that in basic modesty. Like you got like you can see it by how they make their women dress, and like you got the women that like they gotta wear a headdress to cover their hair, but that's kind of like it. They're just covering their hair, right? And so otherwise, you're allowed to see
Um,
the whole beauty of their face, and they can wear modest makeup and things, and be a lot like any other girl. And then I have also seen women in the full hijab in black metal bands. So you tell me.
okay. Yeah. Sure. I mean that really depends on the country.
I know
Uh,
it does.
which is which is interesting because you think if that is so important, then more countries would be demanding that, really. um I mean, I've been to Jordan, I've been to Egypt, and the let's just say like the full burqa hijab, whatever it is, um, man, that is so denigrating. Like, and a lot of those women will even wear like cloth gloves to
Mm-hmm.
even hide their hands. Like you
Yeah.
see nothing at all, which is
Yeah.
I don't get that. But then when you see um like what was it from the like pictures from the like Iran from the 70s or something,
Right.
it's like,
Right.
you know, all colorful and bright and, you know, fun
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
normal,
I'll
really.
put it to you this way. I think that there was legit. I think that there was legit, just like there was legit that you've seen in woke culture, the extremes of woke culture, legit persons that whether it be a psyop or not, the point is that these are dupes. They're not like, there's a paid guy behind them, but then here's a whole bunch of true believers following the paid guy. And it don't effing matter. The psyop doesn't effing matter to the true believer at all. They're very interested in living in the belief that all of this is true towards the deepest um, desire going on, if you will, right?
Mhm.
Point is that you look in Catholicism, um, with a nun, with the exception of the face and the hands, it's the same thing. And look how many nuns there are in the Catholic world, and that's a choice, right?
Yeah.
Now imagine you took that choice away, but a whole bunch of women wouldn't mind it, right? There are women on that side of the argument. There are women that want to have it that way because they look at their daughters in disgust, or they look at the women of this generation in disgust for them as a woman who was raised in under a certain way, and maybe has the inkling to think about how she can influence others to go along with this, right? This is why, um, it's just like there are bad men out there, and I think that's
Mhm.
well understood. And but I've talked about it, and Michael Sarion is big on this. Is you get the dragon mothers, the terrible mother archetype, right? Tiamat.
Yeah.
So you've got all of this stuff, right? Mother Mary is one of these archetypes, right? Like they're a steal on the Stygian witches, right?
Mhm.
Mary, you've got Mary the whore, that's the maiden, Mary the mother, who's the mother, um, and then I think there were old women that were mourning the death of Jesus that maybe didn't matter so much. I don't
I
not sure
I
what the crone is. I'm not sure what
I
the crone is, but they are definitely did those two Marys as archetypes for women, um, especially in Catholicism, for the maiden and
yeah.
the.
Yeah, who would be? I mean, I know there were in I believe there were indeed, you know, elderly women uh present at least. I think.
Yeah, I think. So I'm not going to speak that they did it. Maybe the whole point was to take the crone out of it, you know, because like I certainly, you know, I was raised as an Italian Catholic, by people who were like upstate New York Catholic types,
Yeah.
and then my mother married into a French Catholic type, right? Who also had married. into my grandmother on my father's side was the Catholic, but grandpa was a Protestant. And honestly, there wasn't much any conversation about that when I was a child was over my head. I was in the fantasy. And I was not terribly more interested in what Catholicism had to say for me when I was doing Sunday school stuff. Just because of me not liking the aesthetics of the Catholic Church. It's just like it's very uncomfortable walking in and seeing naked dead anorexic man staring at you with blood running down his face while he's nailed to a Roman persecution device. And this should be the focus point of your entire soul. And
yeah, that's not okay.
I'm done with human beings that want to make that argument. You can be a Christian, be my friend, and even family, but we're not going to be friends and family if that's the big part of your psyche is that idea is a good idea to be the focus point of your soul and mind.
Yeah, hold on. I gotta refresh the browser real quick.
Sure.
My camera's acting up again.
Sure. There's a Howard Ramberg in here. I think I've done a reading for Howard before. Does Howard want a reading today, or does he just want to talk about crystal balls?
Okay, there we go. I'm back. That should work.
There you go. I wasn't going to say anything till the end of the thought.
Yeah, no, it's stupid. It's only with Rumble Studio though. Did see the message from Howard. What's up, man? Good to see you here as well. Just spotted you on the round table, of course.
And
now you're here.
Crystal ball, you got me right now, so it's best to tell me that it's okay to give you a reading.
Well, Howard, what shall it be? What will it be?
I've worked too hard this week to not take a big rip in front of the whole fucking audience.
Hey, be my guest. Absolutely. You deserve it, man.
Ooh, there we go. All right. We got one guy watching across the board, it looks like, for 3 total viewers. Is that all you, though? Are you all of the viewers?
No, not even. No.
Okay. Well, it's not me.
I'm not that desperate.
I'm not on there, right? No, I'm not on there. I can close that even. No. That means there's 3 actual individuals across each platform. It's probably the algorithm spy because we're talking about the Jews.
Yeah. That'd be it.
Hi, it's a non-anti-Semitic critical podcast.
Have you the viewer from last week, one of the ladies, she did leave a comment.
Oh, she left
your reading.
Cool.
It just
the comments section. I remember that.
Yeah, but it doesn't show. Like when I go to the comments, it says no content available.
Hit the little drop tab and then reorder the comments by all comments or something like that. That's usually how I fix that problem. It's there, but it might be looking at top comments or latest comments, not all comments.
I mean, even when I go to the actual video itself or the stream itself,
yeah, but there is
no.
on comments on YouTube. We're talking about YouTube, right? There's going to be on
Yeah,
comments a little button you hit that then the drop down tab tells you how you would like to sort the comments. You
yeah.
have
I got newest, top comments, most relevant. I got on the video itself. I have top comments and newest first, but there ain't no comment, and I'm 100% sure she left a comment.
then hit the tab and go to all comments. Should
There
be.
ain't no all comments. It's top comments and newest first.
Oh, okay.
So she deleted her comment.
All right, and you don't remember enough of what she said?
Um, I mean, well, well, a lot of it was accurate and applicable, of course, and that you were
Okay.
for at least like 70% right, I believe, because we were kind of joking like your accuracy is like anywhere between 99 to 100%.
Okay. Okay.
Uh,
May have been a joke or two. Sometimes I throw something out there to let a feedback feed me the accuracy of something because I'm biting off of what's coming up, right?
yeah,
So it's a little bit this it's a little bit wild. Everything's wild going on up here.
yeah, just a little. Let's see. So Howard hasn't responded yet. Aside from just the basic crystal bowl stuff. I have been sharing it around. That I have, of course. Even made a new thumbnail. Ah, well, maybe that's why people don't recognize it. New thumbnail. New thumbnail. Who it is?
Hmm. Well, this is
Thought it
my
was fun.
because we're using the Rumble thing. This is my Rumble thumbnail. So just
No,
it's a green.
but I do multi-stream it, of course.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, the green Z ought to be a dead giveaway because what are the odds you've got somebody else with the name Z on? I mean, do you know about Zacharias?
Mm,
Zimmerman? I don't know what kind of Z is going to pop up. It's going to be me.
yeah, for
I'll
sure.
get a thumbnail for this thing. I'm trying to figure out how I can multi-stream without spending money to Rumble and YouTube. I haven't figured that out yet.
I mean, when I
I would have to find
type
the right
in,
source ingest server. But
when
anyway,
I like when on YouTube, when I do like search across your channel, I just type in Z.
right.
I'm just getting this. I'm just getting the yeah. Well, minus one, but that was kind of a mistake. I went live without you know
Yeah, yeah.
go without meaning to go live. Um, but yeah, it's just rune reading. Well, and the one that we did with Bush Whisperer, of course.
All right.
So yeah, you are the one and only Z for me.
Yeah, all right. Oh, good. There's like 3 on YouTube now. We're up to 5.
Yeah, well, slowly but surely getting there.
So hey, viewers, do you want a reading? You get a free reading. That's what we're here for. So speak up because I don't do readings. I have to get you to actually be interested in one. I just don't throw anything at the wall and see what sticks.
No, your readings are actually proper readings.
Oh, and 2 guys got intimidated and left.
I mean that doesn't surprise me. Like two freaking bare chested pagans. I'd be intimidated.
Anyway, all right, man. Well, what do you got? You got something ready in your head? We'll give you that initiatory read.
Um, yeah, I got something coming up that um, I don't necessarily have questions about, but that I would. That is like pretty exciting and pretty important. So a reading on that
All right.
wouldn't be terrible.
Good. So you got 45 gathering on this one. Creating success. With the king's presence, there is a temple, fruitful to see great people creating success. Constancy bears fruit. Using great sacrificial animals, good fortune, fruitful to have a direction to go.
Hmm.
I didn't pre-shuffle. When I got everything set up, probably should have been shuffling this whole time. Now that we're 20 minutes in,
It's all right. Just a
oh,
little
my fault.
distracted.
It's my fault.
Nah, it's all good, man.
All right, you got a fire elemental, the dragonfly. This is an awesome spirit. Dragonflies are amazing. Magic, spontaneity, immediacy, and change. And you know what? I'm also going to add another one to this bad boy, which is protection. Um, the presence of dragonflies omits the presence of blood sucking bugs to the point where it's all about the design. The way they look scares bugs off. There's like a hiker's secret that I haven't tried yet for myself. You can, uh, like, I've seen it on Instagram several times, which is people that go for hikes and runs. They get a mock-up dragonfly that they put on a wire over their shoulder, so it looks like there's always a dragonfly familiar behind them. So this is, first off, very cool and shamanic looking. Second off, it actually works as a bug repellent. No, not just a scarecrow dragonfly is all you need, and they fucking scatter. They're terrified of it. Just the form.
Oh,
So
okay.
so the very form of the dragonfly is a protective spirit. Very, very benevolent insect on this planet. So anyway, in our focus position, you've got the moon reversed. So you don't have good mental clarity yet with the matter. We have Bershkana reversed. Um, the clarity is directly associated basically with the purpose, right? Which is to develop something. It's meant to become something. So it's not just doing it for the sake of the experience of the event itself. It has to it has to be pregnant with an idea. So the origins of this matter. So Ace of Stones, foundation of life. So you recently got something. You have a resource capable of doing like one thing for you. And that's what you're spawning this thought into an idea about. We have Wunyo. Hunyo. So so the problem is that although you have like this foundation is not Merkstave, it's not upside down, but Wunyo is reversed. So you're not using it properly. You're not using it properly, and therefore you're not getting satisfied out of the results of its function. But with Dondi, the hooded man, you have to have um, a mastery of the high magic of this element, right? You need to know why Odin has bestowed it upon you. Oh, Yonga has popped up, so this is critical. This is a critical message from the Allfather. Nothies. Nothies. Right? So, this is so far the narrative is flowing perfectly, right? You've got the muddied mind coming from it's like new treasure, your Bilbo. Oh, cool, an invisibility ring. What a neat little magical trinket, right? Wunyo, unsatisfied. He kept his cool little magical trinket for a long time, and it started tugging on his soul, right? Because, Gandalf showed up, and he got all irate about the fucking thing, right? And no more whites, right? The need to let it go, right? But I'm not even sure. This is not a Merkstave foundation. So the difference is that you don't have a cursed ring, right? You do have something bestowed upon you. But if you make poor choices, what's going to happen? Page of Stones, the links. Well, that's beautiful, right? It's just like, all right, Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. You've got a golden ticket. You've got a golden ticket. You have no idea what it's worth yet, and you have to learn. You have to you have to train with whatever this is. Whatever this is, you need to train. You need to get into. If this is about like let's just say you're doing what Dutch Pagans, what Remy is doing with his temple project, right? And let's just say he doesn't have enough knowledge about how the land acquisition works and how you file it and the ways you make your argument and putting all those things together. He would have to go into a certain aspect of land code, studying it, possibly working to achieve credentials. Maybe it forces him to become a lawyer just so he can have the authority to establish his temple properly and get the ball rolling. And he just wants to be able to do it without compromising what the whole fucking thing is about, right? Because we don't want Loki to win. Right? So you're going into the disciplinary school for the matter. And by the way, Remy did a really awesome Death of Baldur video today. I highly recommend people check it out.
Oh, I haven't watched it yet. I
It's
should.
it's, it's very good. I listen to it during my morning rituals. And oh, good, Gebo, which is the preceding to Wunyo, right? So with Gebo, you're going to learn to um, keep the uh, all of the factors in balance, right? The four corners of your whole idea, right? And to keep them balanced,
Hmm.
right? The Odin is here because Wunyo is here. Merkstave Ansu's is going to be a rune I recommend that you focus on as you move into your tutelage phase.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
you're going to want to during this time really cook on rethinking the fate of the idea that you're working with, because you need the ingvaj to be cooking to turn the Burkana around.
Okay.
You have to go and basically do the transformational change process in order for the thing you want to be fruitful.
That makes sense.
There we go.
That makes sense. Yeah.
And look at that. We're up to 4 on Rumble. Fascinating. 4. How,
Yeah.
how many pagans are on Rumble? Right? I'm almost afraid we're going to get a bunch of trolly Christians from the Rumble crowd, which is okay. It's a war.
Hey, fine with me. Interaction is interaction, you know?
It's all right. I'm much more of an ally than you think. It just depends on how dedicated to madness you are.
That's a tricky one. Yeah. No, oh, this is a good reading, bro. Like the needing to grow, needing to understand, needing to learn. That is, um, yeah, that is very much applicable
Mm-hmm.
in
Yes.
more ways than one.
All right. Let's give you your whisper, and then with all these people watching, if you want a reading, you have to speak up and say you'd like one. You don't have to tell anybody what the question is. Just for anybody who has no idea how I do my readings, it's totally blind. You can volunteer to say it after the reading and be talked about, but I can give you a reading and nobody has to know a goddamn thing about you. But I do have to know that you are a person who's asking for a reading. That's all I need to know. Meaning you do have to
That's,
put your name out there.
and for everyone who is watching for the
Be
first
anonymous.
time.
It is YouTube. Be anonymous. I will not be offended.
Oh, for sure. Like, you can be anonymous all you want. Like, you can hide behind a profile picture and a screen name. That is perfectly fine. It's the internet. That's what we do.
Oh, I didn't pull your woods. I just shuffled it.
You didn't pull my wood, dude. That's a
Oh, look at that. You got joy.
yay.
So this pulls in even more focus on the Wunyo that was pulled, right? So
Hmm.
um you need to be able to enjoy this thing, right? If I didn't practice my guitar every day, I wouldn't enjoy playing my guitar every day because I'd eventually hate myself for not wild riff that I really heard in my head because my hands can't match it, right? And so I work with my guitar to be worthy of it, especially because I spent so much fucking money having it custom made just for me.
Yeah, yeah. Huh. Well, I mean, I am starting a new job soon. A very just very good job, like
All right.
special localized law enforcement. A job that I have
Right.
previously done, but kind of messed up because um, I was too I was too blunt. I was too raw in a environment that is not suitable for that. I'd be working. I was working for a city, for a municipality. Um, so like localized law enforcement, but just within the city. Um, and I have a background as a cook. I also the city where I'm born in and have lived for the last 8 years, well minus one because I've been living here now. Like the combination of those two made me um, very harsh, very direct, not mincing my words and not being overly professional, let's say. So I try to do my job as well as I could, but because of my brashness and too outspokenness, they called it quits on me early, which was fucking terrible for my mental health
Oh,
as well. Um, yeah, because it truly was the best job that I've had so far. And I am going to do that job again, but for a different city, for a different municipality. Um, so the learning aspect, well, I have to do a whole study for it, which is akin to like police training. Um, it's on a similar level, really, and the learning also to like not repeat the same mistakes that I made the first time. Like actually show that I have learned from the situation and I have bettered myself and that I can now apply it at this new job, this new municipality. Um, and I am, well, of course, very excited about that job. And also, of course, kind of nervous because I fucked up royally last time. But it's good to know that um, the cards and runes are basically saying that, hey, if you do well and if you indeed learn the things that you are supposed to learn, you're gonna do well. Um, so that's comforting. That's
yeah,
comforting.
yeah. Yeah, I would say that you're going from young, arrogant Thor to more like High King Thor. Like you're not Odin yet, but you're like you're older Thor.
Uh, yeah, yeah, more seasoned, learned a lot more, gained a lot more knowledge, and now trying to turn that knowledge into wisdom and apply that wisdom. Yeah,
Mm,
yeah, basically.
indeed. Uh, so man, it's been a quiet show this week.
Yeah, yeah, it has. We had one comment, and he stopped stopped replying right after.
Yep, yep.
Ah, well, you have those days. It's fine. I guess we got A lot of competition at
Mm.
the moment. You know, it's a Saturday evening.
Right, right, right. I think a couple of people. I mean, like, a lot of people in network are live, so it is what it is.
Yeah.
And I'll be figuring that out. I have to work on an email correspondence. I'm hoping I can do this whole um, monthly idea with this promoter who is doing a new kind of like goth party night um,
Oh, yeah.
at this. I told you. I think I told you last week, right? So
Yeah, last week,
I did have
2 weeks
one
ago.
email correspondence, but we didn't. But I can't remember if I followed up or I'm waiting for him I think I'm waiting for him to respond. Um, and this was last week, right? So it's 3 weeks before this event happens. So I got plenty of time.
Yeah, no, for sure, for sure. It'd still be like absolutely awesome if that turns into a more regular gig. That
Yeah,
that'd be really cool.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Especially by then. Like right now, things are brutal because the best offer I could get started with involved New Haven. So this new temp agency hooked me up, and they said you got to go to New Haven. Can you do New Haven? And it's 7:30 start, and so that's an hour long commute. About an hour and 10 minutes, maybe an hour if I'm safe to speed, which I typically am because everybody else goes about the same speed. Um, but I've been accused of driving the speed limit too many times. Um,
Oh.
Just like, yes, thank you. I'm glad some of us are okay with consistently getting caught on moving violations that involve policemen. I'm
Oh,
glad you enjoy the attention and paying the money. Not me, thank you.
I mean, I have a couple, just a couple of speeding tickets
Yeah.
as well, which I'll be paying uh, a lot of money
The
for.
first time ever in my life I said fuck it, I feel like speeding is also I also got caught that, that same instant. That same
That'll teach you.
and I had already been driving for maybe 2 years or something at that point. Driving like a goddamn fucking saint. So, I tested the fates and they taught me a lesson.
The one time you're speeding, the one time you're going a little faster than
Yeah,
usual.
just to enjoy going at that speed, letting the adrenals feel it, knowing
Yeah.
that it's perfectly safe. Um, but no, but no.
Oh man, that's that's brutal.
Yeah, yeah. But I've been through worse. So
That that I do believe.
yeah,
Yeah,
and
that
it's
I'll
not the
believe.
first time I've been pulled over. Just the first time I just it was the first time I deserved it.
Oh, it's like that, huh?
Yeah, it's like that. The worst
Yeah.
the worst is when I had a green arrow at my local intersection and I made my left turn
Mhm.
and I was pulled over and harassed and all I was doing
That's
was taking a run to the fucking like Wendy's to grab a cheeseburger and it turns into a goddamn like 100 something dollar ticket for running a red light, which I did not do. I had a
Did
green
you
arrow.
fight that ticket? Because
I,
that's bullshit.
we, well, you see, I was deep into listening to all of the alternative law people back then. So, although it was entirely possible that I could have just uh, fought it in court and won, or at least plea dealed down, instead I decided to take a legal stand on that case, and I um, tried to figure out how I could demur the case. I said, like, like, it's like a dismissal, but it's a specific legal kind of dismissal, which is something you can practice, if you're, um, if you know the law to represent yourself. Uh, but,
Yeah. Well,
but at the same time, um, I'm just being my own paralegal and representing myself. So I do a horrible, horrible job, and it took maybe a year of me consistently, like, dropping a certain file type and then asking for demur, and, like, literally I delayed the whole fucking ticket on them for a year as I was listening to a guy, um, who I was talking to directly and was helping me out in learning how to type the stuff, because he was very passionate about getting other people capable of being their own paralegals, and then being able to use all of the alternative wordcraft, because you're fighting the claim that you are incompetent, right? Because you take a lawyer and that tells the government, I am incompetent. And when you take a lawyer, right? This is all the stuff that
uh,
this is all the stuff that I learned trying to live in a fucking fair world.
I'm
This is the fight that made me the kind of person that I am today.
I'm not sure if that is how that works.
No, it's not really how that works, but it definitely doesn't work the way that they tell you it works in school. And
No, that is
my
true.
TV
That
shows
is
that
true.
everybody says the TV shows are accurate, right? You watch Law and Order, and then nobody tells you that Law and Order doesn't work like that way in court, right? So you think it works that way by and large. It's ridiculous. It is effing ridiculous, because you wouldn't believe, the levels of ignorance about the system like that, that abound, that would drive a man to look into these ideas and take these risks, because it doesn't make sense the way everything works, and you spend more money on the lawyer to avoid the ticket.
Yeah.
So then it defeats the purpose, right? It's a fucky way to shake you down for money, effectively.
That that is true.
Yeah,
That is true. The yeah.
right. Because because these things, these statutory laws, um, which are not like law, they're statutes.
Mhm.
These statutes are they're put out like it's from a cop, right? And the cop is the witness, right? Because there wasn't somebody who said, "Officer, he was speeding." It was like the officer sees that you are speeding and makes the determination, right? And
Yeah.
they the police station that officer reports to has a very, very close connection with the very court that you have to argue about it with.
Great.
right? Because that's the way that's the one of the big problems with cops. I don't need to give you a Mark Passio level lecture about the order followers to explain to you that the cops that are turning you in see that judge all the fucking time because it's their job to bring people to that judge.
Hmm.
And you're sitting there arguing about, you know, whether that cop did a good job or not, right? Are you prepared to say from the stand that this cop, who was a very kindly sort of person to me when he arrested me, is also
Mm.
a liar, right?
Yeah.
These are the positions that they put you in. Like this is I'm talking about, like, I don't know, this is America. I don't know about
Mm.
Amsterdam or whatever, but
That
I
would be the Netherlands. Amsterdam is.
I would rather live in a world where we didn't do this, your agreed upon community peace and security officers, that we
Mm.
use cops to fulfill that function today, police policy enforcers, thus the statutes are policies, not laws, and thus why it's more about money.
I
So
mean, that is.
that way you can get a traffic ticket and not look like a criminal in another fucking case, right? Other
Yeah.
other than specifically your driving habits history, which that's different altogether, right?
Hmm.
And but it can be just very hard. It's just very hard on a person who's economically struggling when they have a traffic mistake that they make, right?
Yeah.
And especially when the best of your money is trying to take care of paying for the insurance over this matter, which may pop up almost never. Like, I had a pretty fucking expensive accident that I definitely had to find $1,000 of my deductible to pay because I don't make enough money to change my contract deal and lower my deductible, right?
Oof.
Like, that's how tight it is. I want to fucking put more into insurance. I can't fucking deal with the monthly bills of everything else in order to afford just that.
Yeah. No, that's where the Netherlands differs, because our laws are actually laws and not just based on previous cases like it. Um, yeah, no, that sucks, man. That but hey, that's how the system is designed.
Right. I mean, as it stands, I I get the sense that by and large the character, perhaps the
Mhm.
spirit that is over American law enforcement right now, um, has changed since when, right? All these other times in the past, um, it's never quite changed in a certain way. It's just that if the cops that are out there are someone that you were used to giving a predatory vibe just upon sight, right? Like, I do
Yeah.
not feel that anymore. Granted, also, a lot of things have happened that are suitable in my world, such as legalization of marijuana is one of the most major reasons why. Second, far less social based profiling. Nobody looks at the metalhead anymore and says he's a metalhead. He's probably going to fucking do some public property damage, loud and uncouth, right? And then they realize, well, not any more than the fucking douchebags up in the Beverly Hills region, right? So you realize that that there's been some sort of a intuitive upgrade about who we are and what the hell has been wrong about how we've been treating each other on a certain level because of this kind of shift. And and something's just different. It's looking at where the knowledge of how the police became what they became comes from, which I recommend all the order follower lectures from Mark Passio's work on that, to be honest. Um,
Hmm.
but that those things are, we may be coming into generations that, because of the population drop that was happening from like smaller families, less families, because of people making deliberate choices to have children later or not have children at all. Um, there isn't a replaceable rank of certain uh, ideologues joining the police force. They may still be trying to filter out critical thinking people from being amongst their order followers, but they're having trouble finding people that they can make certain arguments for, and this is how you ought to police, because they see that this would be completely out of sync with anything that would be effective towards what the public trust is currently asking for, because the public trust has changed. There are new standards of what it is to trust a peace officer of the state.
Yeah.
And so I don't know what it is, but that's how I can describe it.
Okay. That's something to think about.
I know it's huge, right? And I don't have the experience of being policed by a foreigner, right? I don't know what it's like to be stopped by a by somebody in your country and being being fucked over. So anyway,
I mean, when you do get here, like come to the city I work at, and I'll make sure that you get that experience.
I cannot wait.
I bet.
So, um, I think I'm pretty good with this show. We've been out about an hour.
Yeah, still, got at least one reading in that was definitely good. For, it was good for me. Was it good for you too? Uh,
I'm so thinking of cheating on you. But anyway,
Aw, thought you loved me.
stop it. I'll put my shirt on, I swear.
Oh, you know shit gets serious when he puts his shirt on.
All right, all right. So
That's all
yeah,
right, man.
do your shutdown.
Yeah, no. So, yeah, thanks. Well, nobody for for watching. I guess no. I mean, like for everybody who will be watching this later on. First of all, where the fuck were you when we were live? Um, but still, thanks for watching. If you like these kind of readings, do join us every Saturday. Somewhere between usually like midday to 2 p.m. Eastern time, which is 6 Amsterdam time or 8 Amsterdam time, depending on Mr. Zerilath Eternal, his schedule. Of course, he provides the reading, I provide the platform. That's how we do. If you like a more personal reading, do contact Zerilath at yahoo.com. He'll give you a very personal reading. He'll go through your mind. He'll go through your feelings, your soul. He'll dive deep, deep into your darkest secrets and pull them all out. No, but honestly, his readings are phenomenal and definitely worth a just definitely worth a shot. You know, even if you are a skeptic about all these kind of readings, trust me. One reading from Zerilath, there goes your skepticism. He's great. He's awesome and very very accurate.
You watch past episodes where we had a little bit more traffic, you will see you'll get feedback in real time, right? So
Yeah, I mean, there's like I created a there's a whole playlist on YouTube with just these readings. So you know, if you do subscribe to Stein Fox on YouTube or just find the Greyhorn Pagans podcast, um, you'll find it. Let's see. Let's actually see. Wow. Okay. Well, we have 41 episodes so far. I mean, I've got like 41 videos in the live Rune reading playlist. So you know, lots of backlog to go to. So yeah, and you know, make sure to subscribe to the channel. At time of recording, I am at 969. So fucking close, so close, getting closer every day. Um, and subscribe to Zerilath as well, of course. You may find him under Zerilath Eternal. He does a whole bunch of great stuff as well, amazing stuff. You know, if you like what he was rambling on about, you know, here, then you'll absolutely love what he does on his own channel. So make sure to subscribe to him as well for more information on the Greyhorn Pagans podcast, and everything that we do. Go to www.greyhornpagans.com. If you feel like supporting us, do go to patreon.com/Greyhorn Pagans. Pick a tier of your choosing and enjoy some amazing benefits. One of which being the feeling that you get when supporting a independent creator, which is a very good feeling. Trust me. So go to Patreon, Greyhorn Pagans, support us, and support Zerilath, because why not? Anyway, this has been it for today. We thank you all. Until next time, see ya.